players are working with. On the left-hand side, Becky Adlman. Of course, a strong finish in the Team Open last week, playing Sultai Titan again, taking on Daniel Law on 4-color Death Shadow. These Sultai Titan decks kind of showed up out of nowhere, very focused on Field of the Dead, getting away from the traditional Titan win conditions like Valakut, like Amulet. Now getting the job done with a lot of zombies.
Yeah, we see certain, as the meta game rotates, we see certain things come in and out of vogue, where it's like, all right, people are trying to do things with Valakut or with Field of the Dead, and we're able to play a lot more hate cards towards that, Blood Moons in the main deck or something along the way. But the format just feels so restricted right now. Every time you put some of those cards in your main deck or your sideboard, that's just less game that you have against some of the more stable Oko decks. And it feels like the format does not have room to breathe the way we would like it to.
Speaking of Oko decks, these blue-green Titan decks, big fan of that card. Huge get, very revolutionary to these archetypes. I don't know if they will continue to exist without Oko if we end up at that point. Remains to be seen.
Well, they can easily shift colors. If you still want to play Primeval Titan with Field of the Dead.
They can, but Oko accounts for so many potential problems for any type of archetype that's looking to go huge like this. It's just a game changer. In the same way, I think Urza will be a significantly weaker deck if it loses access to Oko. It's not to say it can't get the job done. I just don't know if it continues to occupy tier 1.
I agree with you 100%. I'm just saying if Oko is like the best answer, this deck can transition over to the next best answer without a whole lot of cost.
Yeah. No, very true. All you need are your Titans and some Field of the Deads. Engineered Explosives on 1 for Adlman, hoping to contain Daniel Law's aggression. Has done a nice job of reducing his life total very quickly, has Daniel. Fortunately, can't see that right now. I believe he is at 9.
We need to have a conversation with our table spotter between rounds.
Yeah. Sometimes things don't always break as we want, Craig. And that stupid tablet that puts in the life totals, it haunts me, Craig. It haunts me all the time. I push the wrong button, the life total disappears.
Well, you were saying that you wanted opportunities to throw your weight around more.
Right.
And this is one that has come up for you now.
I like it. Let's get it fixed immediately.
There it is.
Or heads will roll.
Well,
probably not.
Probably not, yeah.
Yeah, Gurmag Angler might make some heads roll. That's going to come down. Adlman going to go ahead and sacrifice another Sakura Tribe Elder. We're doing the ramping thing.
Yeah, Daniel paid 1 for the Angler, so it can easily be dealt with Engineered Explosives on the other side, right?
I don't think it tracks that way.
No.
It should. Just talk to the folks over at Wizards.
You remember when these delve spells were just the most exciting thing you could be doing?
Yeah, I do.
We've come a long way.
Now, Primeval Titan is the most exciting thing you can be doing. No Cavern backup for this Titan, but it's going to resolve anyway. Adlman going to go ahead and grab Field of the Dead. That is a strong card against these Death Shadow decks.
Yes. You just get so wide.
2 Field of the Dead is the option.
They play defense great if you feel like you have to worry about them one-shotting you, and then they play offense just as well.
Yeah. Field of the Dead going to go ahead and make some zombies.
Yeah.
And that's going to elicit a scoop.
Yeah.
So Vesuva retains its name when it's copying something else? Is that what happens there? And is that why we were able to make zombies in that spot?
I have no idea.
I don't know either. It's time shifted. It's happened now. There's nothing we can do about it. I have no idea if it works that way. I'm going to assume it does and just move on. And Adlman up a game against Daniel Law. Why don't we head to the sideboard to talk about what these folks want to do in post-board games. We'll start on Becky's side. There you see 3 copies of Abrupt Decay, Reclamation Sage, Veil of Summer, Damping Spheres, 2 Ashiok Dreamrender, 3 Mystical Dispute, 2 Dismember, and a Thrag Tusk. Craig, what do you want to do if you're Becky?
Sorry, I'm just reading through this list again. This is an awkward spot. I feel like a lot of this... I like the Ashiok Dreamrender. It prevents the opponent from being able to search their deck.
No, we're on Becky's side right now.
Oh, I just have things completely backwards.
Yep.
Thank you.
I got you. Don't worry.
All right, so I like the abrupt decays if Becky feels like she needs more answers to some of the creatures. The Veil of Summer, to me, is just always a good card.
Yep.
Counters all of their discards and any potential counter spells they might have. But, I mean, we say this all the time with these very streamlined decks that are executing one strategy. Don't over sideboard because you just want to do what you do every single game.
Agree. Light touch. Meanwhile, over on Daniel Law's side, we're going to give you the speed version of this. Has option to some Disdainful Strokes, Damping Spheres, Zone Veil of Summers. Anything you really like here on Daniel's side?
It's tough because a lot of these cards are very situationally good.
Yeah.
But they're not consistently good in all of the hands.
Not a great hand here from Becky. You see 1 Search for Tomorrow, 2 Primeval Titans, 3 lands.
Yeah, this is a pretty slow hand, but a lot of what Becky's deck does is similar.
Looks like Daniel's going to take a Titan. That signals to me there may be another discard spell coming.
Yeah, that's a big red flag.
Otherwise, you'd have to think you'd go after that Search for Tomorrow. But let's see how it plays out. Tarmogoyf going to be the play from Daniel. That was found with a free Once Upon a Time, which Death Shadow has now picked up.
Circling back to the sideboard for Daniel, I think there are enough cards in the main deck that aren't real exciting. Things like Fatal Push, stuff like that.
Look at how this hand has developed for Becky. Arboreal Grazer into Castle Garenbrig has Search for Tomorrow at the ready.
So that's
what just happened.
Part of what I was saying is that Becky's deck is so consistent. So many of the cards do the same thing that even this hand that looks like it's very slow, it has the payoff cards, and so many of her draw steps are going to be those ramp spells that I think it's a pretty good keep. I think you keep that hand almost every time.
Yeah, 2 strong draws off the top for Becky. And Castle Garenbrig, Arboreal Grazer.
Looking back on Daniel's side, now we have to hope that he has that second discard spell that we were guessing he had.
I think you just slam it if you do. I don't think he does.
Yeah.
And now you have to wonder about that decision to take the first Primeval Titan as opposed to the Search for Tomorrow. Unless he does something, he's facing down Titan next turn. Gonna go ahead, play a land. Little fetch action, falls to 11.
How much Modern have you been playing recently?
A good amount.
Yeah?
A good amount.
Now, have you been dabbling in a lot of things, or are you, let me get to be expert level with the best deck?
Oh, Craig, you must not pay attention to my Twitter account. I am looking to further the science of Modern, unlike everyone else, content to just do these very pedestrian things. I, like a true connoisseur of the format, was very smart and combined Oko with Primeval Titan. And then added Urza to the mix.
And then there's
and
more.
Now you mush all these cards together, and you really can't lose anymore. You just play one of these cards that's going to win on its face. I had a Urza on turn 3 that just made a bunch of blue mana with my artifacts and then put a Titan to play. I hit a Titan off an Urza spin, which felt really nice.
Oh, what a world we live in.
So yeah, I just, casually broke the format in half.
Yeah, oh man.
Surprising to not see more of it here this weekend. I thought it was a shoo-in to just take over the format.
Revisiting what you were saying, so if Daniel had stripped away the Search for Tomorrow,
everything's fine.
Yeah, he has a whole nother turn of attacking with his 2 very large creatures.
Yep. Yeah, things broke in a really unfortunate way for Daniel, and now is going to have to try and find a way through a rapidly evolving battlefield for Becky Adlman. Now, in case you can't tell, Craig, I'm being a little facetious about my Urza Titan team up. I did go 4-1 in the only league I played, which was surprising, honestly, for what I put together as a bit of a meme. It was powerful, though. You play one of those cards, and it feels like you can't lose anymore.
Sure, yes. But you are also, you like to brew. You like to
I do. I can't leave well enough alone.
Yeah. You're always trying to turn lead into gold.
Yep. That is true. So it looks like those two zombies going to go ahead and hop in front of the attackers from Daniel. Daniel does have the answer to the Titan in the form of Assassin's Trophy. That's going to bring a zombie into play.
Yeah, super important to get that Titan off the board, but the Field of the Dead is also such a problem.
How about the second Field of the Dead, no. Craig? Is that a problem? And now it's so tough for Daniel to come back because Becky's deck is just going to produce offense on every single turn.
Yeah, every draw step is going to be a land that produces multiple zombies or something that searches towards a Titan that'll really close out the game.
Yeah, you reach this point as the blue-green Titan decks, and there are a few dead draws left in your deck. Very few. Here's a Plague Engineer.
Okay.
That can come down, make these zombies a little smaller. I mean, I think these zombies are just mostly content to play defense, though, until things really snowball in Becky's favor. Takes a draw. Plays Ghost Quarter. Going to use that on Daniel. Wonder if there's some consideration to turning it on yourself. You'd have to count the lands exactly, but maybe you can get away with that.
Yeah, just using the Ghost Quarter to translate into some more zombies.
As it stands, though, you're keeping Daniel off red mana, which seems fine as well.
One, it's funny, now he's peeking at the Teamer Battle Rage in his hand.
Yeah. That's a smart call there from Becky Adlman. Another red source available to Daniel in his deck? I don't think there is.
Wow.
There's not. That's going to do it for that Teamer Battle Rage in hand.
Huh. I guess that's what happens when you branch into the fourth color.
Yeah. Some more chump blocks from these zombies. Feels like just a matter of time for Becky now. Just find a card that matters. How about Transmute Talaria West?
Oh, yeah.
Have a guess what that's going to get? How about Summoner's Pact?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, cast that one. Daniel says, can I read that, please? How dead am I? Oh, very? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Becky going to go ahead, grab Primeval Titan. 6 mana going to be tapped. 5 mana. Thanks, Castle Garenbrig. There's a Drown in the lock, though, for Daniel. And that's going to counter the Titan. Becky plays out last land in hand. Turn passes back to Daniel. So Becky does need some help from the top of the deck now. More chumping.
Sure, but even that Blaststone that has shown up along the way is going to provide a lot of value for Becky at some point.
Yeah.
You know, if she wants to get the Goyf off the board, she can. If she wants to get the Plague Engineer off the board, she'll be able to.
Here's a Misty Rainforest. It's going to go ahead and make some zombies.
You remember when your opponent would play a land off the top and you'd be like, thank
God.
Goodness.
Yeah, not anymore.
Yeah.
That is a thing of the past, thanks to Field of the Dead. Comes the beatdown squad, and look at this. Becky going to go ahead and take it, maybe looking to set up for that lethal attack. Yeah, we're going to take that Blast Zone up. Get another land, put 2 more zombies into play.
Yep.
Now that Plague Engineer vulnerable to the Blast Zone. Becky's going to take a draw. Crack Blast Zone. Goodbye Plague Engineer. Zombies back to 2/2s. Daniel just at 8. And that's going to get the handshake. And Becky Adlman takes down Daniel Law.